Mateusz from Mayones will now say hi to you in German.
Hallo, mein Name ist Mateusz.
How old are you?
Ich bin 29 Jahre alt.
And that was a German lesson from Mayones, and the video is done.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's go. Okay, fair enough.
What are we talking about? You are 40 years old now. No, you're 29. But who's 40 years old?
So the company is 40 years old, and we did few very, very amazing instruments for this anniversary, which is round number, very nice number.
Wait, I remember something about an anniversary. I remember having gotten an invite. Come to Dansk, right? And we have a big party. There's going to be, all the hookers you can eat and blow and I don't know, all that stuff. And it was
No. That didn't work this way. So the idea was, yes, indeed, to have a massive party, invite everyone. But I don't want to get too political. But there was a problem on the eastern side of our country.
I remember there's a thing happening there.
Yeah, I think so. It's a quite unpleasant thing, and I don't think we should talk about unpleasant things. But it's very important to notice that our party didn't go as planned simply because we didn't know if the flights will be cancelled.
It makes sense. So cancelled, maybe postponed. Maybe we do it when you're 50.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm sure you'll be invited.
So, and you built some instruments for that.
Yes, exactly. So we have few different. I'll need your help. So, a little bit of math as well. So we did in general 40 instruments, and we have 3. So we call the Burl series. So we've got 3 distinct specifications throughout all models. So we have 8 guitars with a one-piece Buckeye Burl top, 8 guitars with a walnut top, also one piece, and 8 guitars with a Burl maple top, the one on the bottom. And they go through every single one. So Regis, Duvel, and Hydra. End of maths. But each one has a little bit different specification. Not only the top is different, but also the fretboard, the neck material, and they are quite unique. And they are all, let me grab this one because it's the closest one. They're all hand numbered for the anniversary. Very nice guitars. Also,
I would say so, yes.
Not the most budget friendly.
I expected.
But I'll show you the one that is the most amazing. It's the one over there.
So how unbudget friendly is this Regius 7?
It's around 9,000 euro. More or less. But that one is even more expensive.
Why?
Yeah, there is a very good reason.
It says please do not touch, you can't touch it.
Yeah, I know, but I can. You also can, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. This one is very, very unique. It's a one-off with the best Koa top we ever had. We've got obviously mixed hardware, bare knuckle pickups. This is the roasted quilted maple fretboards with Koa inlays. We've got flamed binding all around. And the biggest seller is this one, which is very unique because usually, as you know, our Regius models have 11-ply neck. So the multi-laminated necks. This one is a bit more unique. This is only 3 layers, and we've got flamed maple, wenge, and flamed maple. We've got also the roasted maple
tuna thingies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and no guitar tit. I mean, it's tiny guitar tit.
Tiny guitar tit.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a very, very unique. And this one is expensive. There is no other way to put it. But it's
how expensive?
It's only Master Series 2 of 3. So it's only 3 Master Series guitars.
But how?
13,000.
But how can there be 13,000 without being blue?
Because that is the natural. You cannot do brown blue. No.
But no guitar for 13,000 that's not blue should be 13,000.
For you.
I mean, but it's like who would buy a guitar that's not blue for that much money? It makes no sense.
To be honest, who would buy a guitar which is not purple? That's the color.
Well, now we're talking.
Yeah. So this one, for example.
I love the shit out of this. You know, I love my Hydra. I'm a huge Hydra fan.
Yeah. Have you seen how people hang their Hydra on the wall?
I have mine on the wall.
Yeah, but they put a spoon here and it bounces on the head.
That is clever, but you know what I'm doing?
The rubber thingy?
No, you know the Velcro cable ties?
Yes.
I put a Velcro cable tie through here.
That's brave.
And then I've got a loop. No, it works.
It's fairly heavy.
No,
it works?
Not a problem. And
we
then
should add that to the gig bags and just add like a little thing to.
That cable tie is literally like a couple cents.
That's very good.
I'll take a picture for you, but
yes,
it works. It works absolutely beautifully, and you just go, gone.
And then it's gone. Yeah, exactly. And put it on. That is a very good idea, Henning. I'll punch
You
that.
can only do that with Mayones because it's got this metal thing.
Yeah,
The cable tie goes through there. You can really quickly put that on and off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This guitar is gorgeous,
yeah,
and that's a one-piece top.
This is one-piece top which looks almost symmetrical, which is very, very rare. But it's really nice, custom color. We have new dyes that we try, and I'll show you later the job over there. It's very bright because of the new dyes that we start to implement throughout the production. And obviously master grade pale moon ebony because
I love that.
why not? Why not? It looks incredible.
Wenge neck.
Oh yeah, Wenge purple heart because purple, like purple. We love purple. But yeah, mahogany body. This one is 13 out of 40.
But it's not 13,000.
No, that one is just like 8. It's not that much.
Do you have any guitars people can actually buy?
Yes.
Let's look at stuff you can actually buy. Because even the cheap ones are pretty damn expensive. So let's look at something that people can actually afford. The Aquila, the guitar that I freaking want. That's like the thing that I want.
I will sort you one. I promised you 2 years ago, give me some time. But this is, let's say, more reasonably priced, but also instrument which is very versatile. This one in particular is our Aquila 6. So we've got pickguard, HSS configuration, Gotoh hardware, Lolar pickups, roasted neck with roasted fretboard. This one in particular has a black lima body, which is
I love the body. I would want it like you showed it earlier with a Wenge neck.
Yes.
Because that's just. But then with a roasted fretboard, that would be nice.
We can
Imagine this as like a Sur type variant. Okay, so what I was saying before the mic cut out, that this is a Sur-type variant in the Mayones house, or Ibanez AZ on steroids. The AZs are great guitars.
like a super strat.
Yeah. And you were talking about what you play with it. You said people play jazz, rock.
Yeah, I've seen like the fusion guys, obviously, because they love that. But also that depends on the pickup configuration you choose. You can have almost literally.
If you have Lollas, you're probably not going to go metal. If you got bare knuckles, you might.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
However, if you want a guitar to do metal, you're not gonna get an Aquila. You're going to go into your house and you're going to get something that's made for that.
Give me a second.
I'll give him a second. Ah, the metal Aquila, the Makila.
Makila, exactly, yeah. So this one is, some of you may know, some of you may not know, the band Architects from UK.
Very complicated stuff.
Yeah, they do math and... fair enough. This is a signature for Adam Christiansen from Architects. He personally used a baritone scale. This one is a regular 25.4 scale. But we've got the Bernacle TKOs. This is the only Aquila with a fixed bridge, because it comes as Gotoh, as standard. So.
Very interesting that this is moved forward from the bridge.
Yes.
It's not as far back as it usually would be.
Yes, what we do, we literally prepare any body, then we cut a massive hole, and then we slide the pickups and find the spot that we think sounds the best. And it's universal for all the models as well, so the distance is always the same. This one obviously has like one volume, three-way coil split.
Straightforward, gigging axe.
Yeah, so we've got roasted swamp ash with no top, roasted maple neck here. The camera is there, not here, there. And ebony fretboard, Gotoh, locking tuners.
As any guitar should have.
Obviously it's a... Yes. And yeah, Graphtec, always Graphtec, because it's good. You can replace it, it's good. And the metal.
The Makila. I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah, of course. It's...
Should we move over to the pretty basses?
Yes.
So, what people don't know is that originally the Smurfs, they live up in Poland in the northern parts, and they're actually adjacent to the factory from Mayones. So one day, Papa Smurf came in and said, we want instruments for the whole village, for the Smurf village. So they designed these instruments for the Smurfs particularly.
Yes.
And...
I mean, look at that.
That's just it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of them, and I see these everywhere.
Yes, that's the thing. It was a surprise, but a very pleasant surprise, because when we firstly made the first prototype of that, we were unsure. You know the story behind them, or no?
I don't.
So when you make those basses, there is a lot of leftover materials, tops, neck, from when you cut out the excess material from the neck. So we try to be as eco-friendly as possible, zero waste kind of guys. So we came up with the idea to use the leftover material or the excess of the material to build those. Those are called, in general, piccolo basses. So this one is like a 17.1 inch, which is literally a half of the regular bass scale. And it's tuned like a bass, but an octave higher. We use regular bass spacing, so it's very good for a warm-up on the backstage, in a bus, in a plane, I don't know, at your mother's house, anywhere, right? Because it adjusts your fingers to the right strings, right tension, and everything like that. So we have our own bass pickups as standard for all the basses, our own preamp. This one also has the headphones out, so there's a headphones preamp. So you can just literally plug your in-ears.
A rechargeable battery?
Yeah, and I will show you. Whether you turn it on.
What is that? What kind of plug is that? Use a USB-C?
The old USB, mini USB before USB-C. The one.
Micro.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are waiting for the delivery of the new.
C.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to put the USB-C from probably around next year when we get the delivery. But yeah, there are no custom options for this one because they are made literally from whatever we made before, and there are always different. Some exotic materials. We don't charge for anything except the labor, so they run around 15 to 1700 euro. And
what do people use them for?
as I said, it's either practice, warm up. I've seen some children playing them, like when they play bass and they want. But usually it's like a additional flavor to your tone because it sounds like a bass, but it's not like a bass, so it's sort of like a different aspect of playing. And yeah,
Bass, not bass.
yeah, exactly, yeah. And the quality is well.
I mean, you can see it. I mean, all this stuff. This is Mayones from beginning to end. The design, everything. It's utterly ridiculous.
Yeah.
I find it hard to wrap my head around. Like, who would spend $1,700, which is already quite a bit of money,
Yeah, I agree.
on something to like warm up with? Wait, can the camera please flip around? Come on, Michiel. Because he was like me. Michiel's house doesn't have a centimeter left on the walls because it's all basses and guitars.
I respect that. That's the way to go.
Michiel, how many Mayones basses do you have?
0.
We need to change that. We need to change that.
Because he's looking at this. What? Oh.
I heard Henning is buying me one.
Ooh, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. We can work that out. That one is really nice.
We'll talk. No, I think they're super cute. I would actually love to just have it in a production and see how I would use it, because you wouldn't necessarily use it for the low end bass. I can totally see it actually for singer-songwriter material, where you don't need the low heft. For like Rafa's material to like go along maybe with an acoustic guitar, like lighter material. I'd like to play around with it and just to see how can I use it instead of just warming up. Is it musically valuable?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've seen it's. I don't want to spoil too much. You can go on Google or YouTube and check for those. People are doing crazy things with those, with loopers and things like that. They are actually very creative with because, as I said, it's like a bass but not a bass, so it sort of inspires you in a different way. So yeah, definitely.
You wanted to talk about this?
Yeah. So no, I just wanted to show you the very nice bright color of the bass.
It pops a lot.
Yes. So we are working with the new stains. We are so slowly but steadily implementing them to our production. There is a lot of testing that needs to be done because we have to be sure if they work with the lacquer, if they work very well on the wood itself. But nevertheless, they are very, very bright.
Beautiful.
It's just very nicely. They very well present all the 3D effect people talk about on the top. And yeah, they're very, very cool. And we are very excited because we think we're going to have more very nice colors in the future coming up.
I mean, overall, as a bottom line, and he can't say that because, you know, he works for the company. But when I would describe what Mayones stands for is they have their own feel, which is great. It's not a derivative of anything. You pick up a Mayones and you know it's a Mayones. They feel like one. They do sound like one. I use my red Duval, Cutsy, John Brown thing for anything where I need to frickin' cut through the mix, not muddy up the bass, and just be... metal the shit out of things. The Hydra is just a lead monster with its mahogany. It's not the Katsi, it's completely different, but they all have a feel. So if you're looking for a more expensive Ibanez, that's not what it is. They have, a Mayones is a Mayones, but what you always get is ridiculous attention to detail and quality. Any of them that you pick up, you'd be hard-pressed to find a flaw on them in the manufacturing, or how the colors pop and how everything is done. They are not cheap guitars.
No.
Okay? I think probably most of them would start, other than these, at... Do you have anything under 3? Tough to find.
Not really. Like after you add taxes, like it's 3 and up.
So yeah, it's definitely a higher price range. But if you're looking for an instrument to do the fucking job and do it for years, and also to define very directly what you want. When I'm doing a heavy part that needs to cut through a mix without muddying it up, my Katsi is the guitar that I use. And I'm not into red. And they brought a guitar with red pickups and red top and red headstock. And it's just
to mess you up a little bit.
It's just such a clearly defined instrument that does the very particular job. And I love it for that.
It's a trade show. It is what it is.
And apparently there's assholes everywhere.
But
So thank you for watching this with us for the millionth time. Go ahead, play one if you can, because then you know exactly what I'm talking about the feel and the attention to detail. It's a lot of money. Don't buy the one for $13,000 because it's not blue. It's just ridiculous. Don't buy it. Okay? I mean, come on.
Buy purple one.
Buy the purple one. It's even cheaper. But yeah, I will put links below as always, and we put animals at the end.
Meow.